though they taking notice.
Yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop. Get that quarterback at all costs. Check 13. Check 13.
Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up.
Hey!
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Hey, wahoo!
On 3rd down, Rivers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Go now.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Joker, 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 Joker. Shoot, shoot. Get it.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. Oh, spinning away. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Strong left, strong left. Watch the run, watch the run.
Now Rivers. And that is incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Hey, echo. Mike Bartu. We got double up, double up, double up, double up. Slam, slam. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Fire.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that will be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Dolphin football.
On the double. Go 58's the mic. Get him, get him, get him. Snap.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Check, 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 check.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
We ain't giving him nothing today.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Morton, open man. That's Noah Fant, the tight end. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more. As this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the gun, Morton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Morton. He'll find Metcalf. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Well, he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
50, plant. Get in the right room. Get in the right room.
On 3rd and 2, Morton. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script telling under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go. 58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike. Watch the slip. Watch the slip. Let's go.
Off the play fake. Morton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Morton. And the pressure gets to him again. Chris Jones. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
SOS. Greystone, travel.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 stop. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Hey, 24. Check 24. Check. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Hey, orbit. Step.
Off the play fake here, Rivers. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, box truck, box truck. Hard, hard.
Off play action. Morton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Walker. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw. Morton looking deep downfield. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
At their own 48-yard line.
On the ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out.
Look at me.
They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check 31. Check 31. Check, check. Fresno. Fresno. Hey, lock it. Let's go. Hit it.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That's a gain of 6.
3rd and short yardage, Rivers. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. I got one. Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, zoom. Screen. New Mike 52, Mike 52. Watch the run. Watch the safety creep.
Now Rivers on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold.
Ready, set.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Watch the pass. Wide, get wide. Get it.
Off the play fake. Morton going for the deep ball. And that's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Morton. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw, Morton. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 25 yards that time.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Come to my world. Hey, exit. We want it. Come to my world. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Let's go. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And it's caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Noah Fant, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We got this.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Check 49, check 49.
They go play action. Rivers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Brings up a 3rd down
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh? Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 52.
They just got that play off. Now Rivers. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
It's 4th down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Check nickel. Protein spill.
They'll run for it with Hines. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll run here with Balaj. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Morton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side.
At their own 11-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. This is Hines. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run again with Hines. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Check hot route. Hot. Sponge. No. Watch the ship. Ready.
On 3rd down, Hines. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
Go. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Don't get nervous. Deuce. Check. Lucky. Shoot.
Rivers to throw for it on 4th. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. It was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now Balaj. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Again, it's Balaj. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 16-yard line.
Watch a slap. Watch a slap. Watch a slap. Yes. Comes to me, it's me.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They run with Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Come on, set. AT Gator. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Yeah.
They run it with Balaj. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and 11 at the 43-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, wahoo! X3, 218, chop. Ready?
Operating from the gun. Morton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
Tight end right. Hey, echo. 52's the mic. Watch left.
Following the interception here, Rivers. Campbell making the catch. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
I got you, son. I got you, son. 52, Mike 52. Let's go, D. Watch that. Rush in. On the ball.
To throw again. Rivers trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 20, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Hines. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47.
Smooth. 55, Mike, 55. I got one. Mike 55, Mike 55.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, Orbit. Mike 55, Mike 55. I'm going to come back to you. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55. Yeah.
Throwing again. Rivers over the middle, complete. It's Frank. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check. Hey, Foxtrot. Check right. Watch any five. Man out. Deep river.
First down, Rivers. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. To throw again on second down. Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd and short. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take? And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now a give right side. It's Hines. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Come on, set. 8, read.
Rivers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Fourth down, Rivers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal.
Get ready. Get ready.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Dolphins, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.